Most bug-out bag videos will bankrupt you. Worse, they'll get you killed. 80% of the gear preppers stuff into their bags is dead weight. Never tested in rain, never tested in darkness, never tested under stress. British infantry learn to survive with what fits in a single day sack. No Amazon hauls, no fantasy loadouts, just 10 items that actually work when everything else fails. One of the 10 items on this list costs 30 pence from Tesco. Paramedics carry it. Most preppers have never even considered it. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete 10-item bug-out bag built on real field doctrines, not internet folklore. This is what trained people carry, not what forums tell you to buy. Item 1. Sawyer Mini water filter. This is the non-negotiable first pick. Every other item in this bag is secondary. A waterborne illness kills faster than dehydration. That's the truth nobody wants to hear. Dysentery, giardia, cryptosporidium, any of those will drop you within hours. You're not dying of thirst in Britain. You're dying of what you drank. The civilian mistake is bottled water, 1 kilogram per litre. It runs out. You can't carry enough. The Sawyer Mini weighs 57 grams. It screws onto any standard plastic bottle. It filters up to 100,000 gallons. That's not a typo, 100,000. You'll find it at Go Outdoors for around 20 quid. If your bag has nothing else, it has clean water, running total, £20. Item 2, Morakniv Companion fixed blade. This is the knife British squaddies actually trust, not the 100 quid survival blade with the compass in the handle. Forget that nonsense. The Morakniv runs a Scandi grind. Dead, simple geometry. You resharpen it on any flat stone, any riverbed rock, even the unglazed base of a ceramic mug. Folding knives have hinges. Hinges are mechanical failure points. When your hands are cold, wet and shaking, you need a fixed blade, one piece of steel, no moving parts. This knife builds shelters, it preps food, it carves feather stick kindling for fire, it cuts through clothing for first aid access. 15 quid, running total, £35. Item 3. Basha, lightweight tarp. The British Army replaced tents with these decades ago. There's a reason. A 2x3 meter tarp with paracord gives you more options than any rigid shelter. A quarter of the weight, lean-to, a frame, raised bed, rain catch, one piece of kit, 5 shelter configurations. Terrain and weather dictate which one you use. Preppers carry 2-kilogram tents they've never pitched under pressure. In the dark, in the wind, with numb fingers, a Basha stuffs into the size of a water bottle. You can pitch it in under 2 minutes. Adaptability beats comfort. That's doctrinal. Go Outdoors stock these from around 12 quid, running total £47. Item 4, Ferro rod and striker. Lighters fail. That's not opinion. That's physics. A Bic lighter is a single point of failure. It dies when wet, it dies when cold. British weather guarantees both. A ferro rod throws sparks above 3,000 degrees Celsius, regardless of altitude, regardless of moisture, regardless of temperature. Pair this with the feather stick technique from your Morakniv. That's capability stacking, 2 items working together. And if fire is warmth, fire is backup water purification, fire is signaling, fire is morale. When everything's gone wrong, fire is the thing that tells your brain you're still in control. 3 quid from any outdoor shop, running total £50. Wait, we're already at budget. Except we're not, because the next 6 items come from supermarkets, hardware shops and your bathroom cabinet, and they cost almost nothing. Item 5. Trauma-focused first aid kit. This is where most civilian bags get it fatally wrong. Plasters, antiseptic wipes, a little pair of scissors, that's a boo-boo kit. That is not what kills you. Uncontrolled bleeding is the #1 preventable cause of death in field trauma. You bleed out in minutes, not hours. minutes. You need an Israeli bandage, you need a tourniquet, you need compressed gauze, pressure, and pack. And that's the principle. Apply direct pressure, pack the wound, secure it. Every gram of plaster you remove makes room for a gram of tourniquet that might actually matter. Build this yourself from eBay and a pharmacy. Around £8. Running total, £58. Yes, we're over 50, barely. Worth it. Item 6. Calorie-dense ration bars and peanut butter sachets. Weight to calorie ratio. That's the only metric that matters. Every gram you carry costs energy over distance. A 100-gram bar delivers over 400 kilocalories. Peanut butter sachets from Aldi stack the same efficiency. The prepper mistake is tins. MREs. Freeze-dried meals that demand water and cook time. In a bug-out, you need calories you can eat while moving. No stove, no prep, no stopping. Your legs are your transport. Your food has to match that pace. Grab these on your next shop. Around £3 for a week's worth, running total, £61 now. Everything so far you could find on any halfway decent gear list. This next section is where the bag changes. These 4 items come from supermarkets, hardware shops, and bathroom cabinets. They cost almost nothing, and they outperform dedicated survival gear costing 20 times more. This is where most preppers stop thinking, and where trained people start. Item 7. Cling film. Remember the 30p item from the hook? This is it. NHS Burns Unit. Protocols list cling film as a first-line burn dressing. It's sterile off the roll. It's non-adherent, so it won't tear healing tissue. It's transparent, so you monitor the wound without removing the dressing. Paramedics carry it. Think about your scenario. But you're fire dependent for warmth and water purification? Burns are among the most likely injuries you'll face, and most bags carry 0 burn treatment. A single roll weighs almost nothing. It also works as a waterproof wrap for electronics, an improvised bandage hold, a food cover, 30p from Tesco, running total, £61.30. Item 8. Heavy-duty bin bags. During the 2005 Kashmir earthquake, aid workers documented black bin liners used as emergency ponchos, ground insulation, water carriers, improvised stretcher material, 1 item, replacing 4 pieces of dedicated gear: poncho, sleeping bag liner, dry bag, debris shelter panel, signaling panel if you get the bright-colored ones, waste disposal, water collection. That's 7 functions from a single bin bag. Weight, negligible. Cost, at roughly 10p each from B&M Pack 5. You've just added 35 functions to your bag for 50p. Running total, £61.80. Item 9. Tampons. Forget the myth. They do not plug bullet wounds. That has never worked and never will. Here's what they actually do. Highly compressed sterile cotton. It wicks moisture from deep, narrow puncture wounds. Documented in wilderness first aid, the cotton pulls apart into excellent dry tinder. The plastic applicator wrapper is a small waterproof pouch for matches or tinder storage. 3 functions from an item weighing 4 grams. This is the perspective shift. You stop seeing everyday objects and start seeing capability. That's the difference between someone who's trained and someone who just shops. A box costs £1, pack 3, running total. At £62.80. Item 10, steel wool and a 9-volt battery. The physics makes this undeniable. Thin steel fibers contact both terminals. Low mass and high resistance cause ignition temperature almost instantly. Here's why this matters. It works in rain. The reaction is electrical, not friction-based. Water, doesn't stop it. You now have two independent fire-starting methods built on completely different physical principles. Your ferro rod uses friction sparks. Your steel wool uses electrical resistance. Redundancy through diversity, not duplication. Preppers who pack 3 lighters have 3 versions of the same failure point. You don't. Steel wool and a battery. Under £2 from Screwfix. Running total, £64 and 80 pence. 10 items under £65. A complete bug-out bag built on field doctrine, not internet folklore. Sawyer Mini, Morakniv, Basha, Ferro rod, trauma kit, ration bars, cling film, bin bags, tampons, steel wool and battery. Capability per gram, not gear for the sake of gear. This is what people who've actually carried weight build, not what people who watch videos about it buy. Next video covers 72-hour operational planning, route selection, movement principles. The bag means nothing if you don't know where you're going or how to get there. If this is how you think about preparation, you already know this channel is different. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.